Hello there, welcome to another video. Before we get into it, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Do it.
Make sure you hit the bell so you get notified every time I release a new video. First off, I apologize, I have been under the weather for the last few days, which is why there hasn't been any videos, and also why I might sound a little bit groggy in this video. The good news is obviously I'm getting better and I can make videos again because I can talk. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into it. So, the last two episodes of The Bad Batch were probably the best from this season. My favorite episode of the season is still the one with Crosshair, it's still episode 3. But I think these two episodes together were really just amazing. Though I'm not a political person, I love going into Star Wars politics and just learning more about it. I mean, if we're being real, these last two episodes really didn't have very much action in it at all, but it was still just amazing. And it wasn't just because we see Palpatine or Rex or Coruscant or anything like that. I mean, it's always nice to see those things. But also when you learn the politics of Star Wars and learn what's going on, you can also get a better idea of where this is taking place. Like, we know that the clones didn't automatically get phased out. It took a minute. We know at the end of this episode, Palpatine does officially give the order to phase out the clones. But that's not just going to happen right off the bat. In order for the clones to truly be gone, it's probably going to take about a year for the Empire to fully phase out the clones, depending on how serious and how fast they want to do it. So we still probably will see clones for the next episode or two, or possibly for the rest of the season, depending on if they do a time jump. But anyway, I absolutely loved seeing Senator Chuchi. I love when this show takes characters that were basically abandoned in the Clone Wars and brings them front and center. Because though she isn't one of the main characters, or to be honest, really even an important character, she was only in maybe 3 episodes of the Clone Wars. But it makes the universe seem not only more intertwined, but also bigger for some reason. Like, everyone has their own unique story in the grand scheme of things. Even the most minuscule characters that maybe have 10 lines in the entirety of Star Wars. I also love seeing things like the clone bar, which we only see in the arc with Fives. Because again, it makes the universe feel more intertwined, and also it makes Coruscant seem even more familiar. Even, you know, Coruscant is already extremely familiar to us. I mean, we see it all throughout the prequels, but it makes it seem like, you know, you could turn the corner and, hey, that's that clone bar right there, and hey, that's the area where Palpatine did this, and oh look, that's the place where Ahsoka lost her lightsaber, and stuff like that. It just makes it feel like it's almost like your hometown. I don't know, it's funny. And now going on to the tail end of the episode, I like that Echo also left, because it was getting to a point where Echo as a character wasn't even really that important. Like, we have grown with Echo a lot more than we've grown with the Bad Batch. We've known Echo since like episode 3 of the Clone Wars and have grown with him all the way until now. We've known Echo and know more about Echo than any of the Bad Batch combined, really, despite them having their own show. And then in their own show, Echo kind of got sidelined because we have to learn all these new things about all these other different characters. So as a character, Echo kind of got sidelined, but now with him leaving with Captain Rex, well, possibly we could get maybe an episode or 2 or 3 about just them two, but also, it also gives more attention. You know, Echo doesn't need to have a line here or there. It's more, you know, with less characters in the circle of the actual Bad Batch, we can pay more attention to Omega and Tech and Hunter and, you know, the actual Bad Batch. And again, maybe we'll see Rex and Echo, you know, within their own episodes, or maybe we'll have one episode where Echo goes with him and we find out what Rex has truly been up to. I love that Rampart gets snuffed in this one. We don't know if he's dead or not, but let's be real, he's dead. But I love it because he was the big bad, if we're being honest. He's the one with the scary office, he's the one bad-mouthing all the characters that we love, he's the one we love to hate, and all of that, and then just like that, he's gone. I love it because it just goes to show how expendable everyone is to Palpatine, and everyone is to the Empire in general. And speaking of Palpatine, how could you forget? This speech gave me chills. It was ridiculous, and it really even wasn't that much. But Dave Filoni just knows, and Dave Filoni did write and direct this episode. Dave Filoni knows how to inflict fear. It's not enough just to have a character appear, but he knows how to use a character, the perfect amount of time to use that character, and what the character should do. I mean, let's be real, Palpatine was just acting like Palpatine. He wasn't acting like the Emperor. If he wouldn't have had the hood on and he would have just looked how he looked in the Clone Wars, he would have probably said the exact same things, maybe in less of a deeper tone. But he plays on the fact that we know what the Emperor's doing at this time. And it's just the master manipulation on how he took what should have shivved him, what should have really pointed a lot of fingers toward him and his empire and what they were doing. And he took it, flipped it on his head, and still got what he wanted. I love how everyone in the scene just shut up. It was just, you could hear a pin drop in that entire Senate. As soon as he elevated on his little platform, everyone just stopped talking. And it was just Palpatine. Which really just goes to show what was going on. I mean, you know, he was saying, it is my opinion that this and this and this, but, you know, he wasn't really trying to do their opinion. It wouldn't have mattered what they said, not really. All that mattered is what Palpatine wanted, and Palpatine wanted stormtroopers, so he was gonna get stormtroopers. But I really loved how there wasn't like this overpowering music, but it was just undertones of familiar to music. I think it was Palpatine's theme, or maybe it was the Imperial theme. I can't remember. I've only seen the episode twice, but I would definitely watch it again. But it was really just undernotes of familiar, disturbing music that we know, with a character that we know, in a time where we know he's going to get what he wants. And it was just wrapped up in a beautiful bow, and it almost felt like you could just say the line again, "This is how liberty dies," with thunderous applause. You could say that every single time the Senate finally comes to a conclusion of something, because it's whatever Palpatine wants. Some way, somehow, he's gonna get what he wants. And I just loved it. But I don't know. What did you think of the episode? I know this isn't like a standard review of me going through both of these episodes, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on it, since I was sick when the episodes came out and couldn't give you an official review when it first came out. But yeah, tell me what you think. Rate this episode 1 out of 10 in the comments below. That's all I got for you guys today. Bye.